This CRT in a previous video and it tested good, and in this video I'm going to power it up for the first time. Before we can start with powering it up, we need to take a look at a few potentiometers on the front. This one works as well as those big ones and this one down here, but this special one and this down here are frozen rock solid. So I'm going to loosen this screw and pull the potentiometer out and take a look at it. Getting the potentiometer out of there was actually way harder than I expected, because there was no real way of holding the potentiometer without the risk of damaging anything. So I took the risk and luckily I got it out. Next thing I want to do is pull up those 4 metal pieces so I can remove the bottom part from the up part. After desoldering this capacitor from this pin, it was fairly easy to pull out those 4 metal things, and after that we can tear it apart. As you see, this is just a little metal case. The action happens in here. I pulled out the second potentiometer, and as we can see, this metal piece and this metal piece, as you can see, are pulled through tiny holes in here and then bent to keep the upper part in place. And I honestly don't want to risk damaging it, so I have a tiny open here, and there is a little hole on this side, so I will just try to put in some oil like this. I took the advice of a friend of mine and I'm just going to use WD-40, and I'm going to put just a little bit in there, not too much, but we fill it. Yeah, I said not too much. I think I will try oiling this upper part. Maybe this helps something. And I will also squish some of it again in this hole. And now I'll just let it sit for a while, and let's see if we can get it to turn again. I want to do the same thing with this potentiometer. I am quite lucky with this one because I was able to pull it apart, so I can squish some of it in here like this. Alright. Fuck. Ow. While we wait, I want to take a look inside the high voltage cage. I already removed the front plate here, and you can easily remove this part as well by removing 2 screws on this side and 2 screws on the other side. And after a little bit of tinkering, I got it out, and I need to say this TV is very, very well made. And for now, I want to clean these contacts a little bit, because on some of them there are high voltage pulses, and if there is dust in there, there is a bad contact which leads to a malfunction. I don't really clean my TVs until I verified that they are working and worth a resurrection or a repair. But I prefer a cleaned high voltage section, because high voltage and dust is not a great combination, so it is recommended cleaning at least this part a little bit. Next thing I want to do is search for the booster, the voltage booster. After doing some more research, I'm 99% sure this capacitor here is the capacitor I am looking for, the booster capacitor. So I'm going to measure it. I sadly tore this one out as well, so I think we could measure this one as well, just for fun. And then I'm going to solder this one back onto here. Yeah. And let's start with this one. I'm going to use this tester. I showed it before. Let's see. V-loss 2.2%. That's not too bad, but 75 nanofarad. The capacity nearly doubled. It should have 50 nanofarad, but now it has 75. That's definitely not good, but yeah. This is the booster capacitor, tested with 9 volts, 130 nanofarad. That's not too bad. Now used to come the part of this video where we actually test the TV for the first time, or plug it in and turn it on for the first time. Sadly, the video I recorded about the first startup vanished, and by now there is no way of reconstructing it, because I already worked on this TV, so there will be a part 2 soon. So I just can't tell you what happened. As I turned it on, basically nothing happened. All the tubes were glowing and the TV was heating up, but there was not much more. There was no sound, but I also had no speaker connected, so that's not true, or not fully true. Again, I'm really sorry, because this is probably the cause for you to click on this video. But again, I can't reconstruct it, so I hope you had some fun with this video. And there was also no picture. There was no flyback sound or so, which means the oscillator probably didn't start at all, so there was also no high voltage. It was all in all not very nerve-wracking, so you haven't missed too much. Again, there will be a part 2 of this project, and please leave a like if you still enjoyed this video, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss part 2, leave a nice comment, thanks for watching and have a good one.